Hey, good morning. Like and subscribe down below. It's your girl Angel. Yeah. Excuse my voice today. It's kind of going in and out. Yeah. So about yesterday video when I was going to get my glasses, it may have been a little rough around that edges. Well, I said I was going to show y'all my day-to-day, so that means you're going to see, the realness, the real journey. How, not only we're not perfect, but we got our days. And how certain things, triggers certain things when you haven't dealt with it. Meaning that, like, when I went into the hospital to get my glasses, and I guess it probably wouldn't triggered it like that if I wouldn't have had a drink, but it is what it is. I did. So, just looking at the store in there, and just so happened to when I went there for my doctor's appointment, I wasn't triggered, so it probably was the drinking. But anyway, hey, I'm entitled to my bad days just like y'all are. Me being on here don't make me no less of a human being. But and that's my whole purpose of being on here. So to show you the progress before and the journey to where, we trying to go in our healing before it's there. And the things that have been worked. I saw that if you on my channel, you know what's up. But you gonna get it where is that, how it is. And I can't be nobody but me. And I don't apologize for it. But it is what it is. What I will do is say, if it was too uncut or you was like, wow, yeah, that was a wild moment. That was like probably a lot or whatever, but you'll be all right. Like I said, if you don't like one video, guaranteed that it's something on here, and it's going to be something on here that will help you and will speak to you. I know that much. And I'm confident enough in myself to know that. I think that I should explain more in detail of what's happening at that particular job in a calm manner. That was triggering, that made it a trigger point in the first place. And if you never worked there before, or you didn't go through what me, my son, and his girlfriend went through working there, and even my friend at the time, what she went through working there, then you don't know. And you don't know the atmosphere, and you don't know how mentally draining it was. You don't know how verbally abusive it was. You don't know exactly what we went through behind the scenes. Why, when people, let's talk about when people got companies and they're being disrespectful, passive aggressive, and hateful to their employees on the low, and they put on this face, of course, because they need business, and this particular place is popular, so of course you put on the face, and having everybody thinking it's one way when it's a total another. And not only is a total another, it's draining. And it took us to a mental point where it made us I could speak for them because we went through this together. And it just got to the point where it was ridiculous. Like, we was being picked on in different ways, and like, it's like it was a real like toxic environment, really, really toxic environment. So let me give y'all, the background rundown. I was one of the managers there, and my friend, or let's say associate, because come to find out she wasn't my friend, so was one of the managers there. After, she got hired as a manager after me, but she was already working there. So my son had decided to move back to the city. And I was like, okay, cool. I could get you in here so you could have a job, since, you just now getting back into the city. He's like, oh, thanks, Ma, whatever. So I set up the interview. And so the general manager interviewed him, and let's not use her real name. Let's say Sue. Sue have the ability to put on a face. Now, I knew that was something about her that wasn't right, but I didn't know to the extent until my child started working there. So, Sue interviewed my son, and she liked him, and she was bragging on him, and she was like, yes, and Sue's Caucasian, and nothing against, I'm not racist. I don't have nothing against anybody color in the same hand. History is history. They did what they did. They do what they do. Not all of them, but a lot of them do. And I'm going to keep it there, period. And this just so happened to be a racist one. So anyhow, I said what I said. I was there when I said it. So let's move on. So, she was bragging, and then it's like, your son is like really intelligent. I could really, teach him, the ropes or whatever. I think my head, he did not want to know the ropes. This is a right now job. He is an entrepreneur. But anyway, yeah. So when he first started, he was working on the shifts with me that I was over. And by him being, tall, and everybody, well, not my son tall, or whatever, not tall, but tall enough to, stock or whatever with no problem. So he wasn't that good on the restaurant, so I had him mostly because my son got a issue with being still. So I was like, you know what? You could just do the stocking, and you know what I'm saying, pricing. Well, I did the pricing, but when the truck come in, putting the stuff in the back and things like that, right? So that's what he was doing, and I was like, okay. And then so things was going good at first, and by the way, it was a good experience for me and his relationship as well, because we grew closer as mother and son. We was having issues going into that transition as him being grown and me being his mother, and building a different type of relationship. So I felt before then, I didn't feel like he really looked at me as nothing other than my trauma that I went through. I felt that he did not really actually have no respect for actually what I do and what I put into the world. Even though he's seen little pieces here or there, but to be there day to day at a place is different. So him being able to see me in my element running a store gave him a new type of respect for me. And that was great. So I wouldn't take away from them moments that we had, because that needed to happen in order for him to really see me, if you know what I mean. So, we got to talk more communication. I got to he got to see my professional side, and he, was really impressed with that. Like, Mom, I didn't know, this was his word. Like, Mom, you the GOAT. Like, thank you, son. And anybody that got young people around them, the GOAT is the shit. That one. You got it. You do what you do well. So to have that from my son, that type of respect and that type of, thing coming from my son, that made a big difference in my life. I was like, oh, really happy about it. So, okay, then he got his apartment, got settled, so his girlfriend could move here with him. So she moved here, and he got her interview. So he brought her in. And everything was good or whatever, and I got to know her, and at the time, everything was good. And, let's back up real quick a little bit. So it was times that I came in there, talking about the whole atmosphere. It was times I came in there and I did opening the close on Sundays or whatever, and Saturdays. And people that was supposed to come to work didn't come to work, or they was 2, 3, 4 hours late. Yeah. Disrespectful. And so I had to do the paperwork, stock, make sure the cash was good, open the store, set everything up, do the cashier's job. I had to be 3 people because she had no order. And for somebody that was super passive aggressive, what I mean by passive aggressive, she put a face on in front of people, but she was aggressive as hell. For real. In real life. So, for somebody that loved to have things perfect, so to speak, she had no order. She allowed the managers to be disrespected. She overworked us. The managers that asked her any questions, she didn't like us. You know what I'm saying? It was why you need to know why it's happening. You know what I'm saying? Just do it. Then she started messing with our schedule. So started taking money out of our pockets because she had attitude. Then, whenever she seen fit, she'd just throw her wife on the schedule. But yet, you can't give the people that work their hours, but you would throw your wife on the schedule, to take hours from people that actually work there. Yeah, she was a mess. Then, so the big setup happened. Everybody was it was to the point where one of the guy's brother that worked there was crying. She don't know how much that work I was doing behind the scenes to keep her employees there. She wouldn't have cared. She wouldn't have. because she didn't care about nobody but her and herself. And like every night I had to worry about that and people's sanity from dealing with her. Because people was crying, breaking down. People was like, you know what I'm saying? Because she expected like so much. She'll throw so much on people. And then she'll talk to them like crap. And then put a smile on top of it. So, his brother, a young guy. And he was like just emotionally stressed out, like, I'm gonna quit, I can't take it no more. I almost said her real name, Sue. Just she's was yelling at me. She's always yelling at me. I can't, like, I'm doing the best I can, and blase split. And I'm like, let me talk to you. And I talked to him in the back, and I said, you can't, look, don't let nobody stop your money. Just calm down. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. A Nord, pray on it. I had to listen, had to try to find a solution. And then, they was basically, because I was the one that actually cared about them as human beings, they was like, dang, I wish that you could be the main manager because you care about us. And you sure? Like, it was really like, the only reason they didn't quit was me. The only reason that they actually did what she was being abusive, telling them to do, verbally abusive, and messing with their hours, and doing sneaky stuff to try to make them break. Only reason them tasks got done is because I reapproached it so it could get done. I reapproached it so the store could work smooth and everything could be okay, including their sanity. That's why I kept her store together. Me. And then she had the nerves to like set my son up. Now, anybody that's a mother, that's going to trigger you. I don't know why yesterday I was like, that's the first thing that came to my mind, but it did. And like I said, we went through hell, so I had every right to be upset. So, TJ, sorry. Well, y'all know my son by now. Anyway, because I slipped up a few times, but, my son got some stuff for lunch or whatever. And she said that he didn't get rung up. But then the other girl that was my friend, and they waited to do stuff when I wasn't there or when I was stepped out. And the other girl was like, he did, get rung up or whatever. It's like, you sure? Or whatever. She went over there whispering, like, you sure? Because I didn't see him ring his stuff or whatever. And then so she was told that he did get ring up. Didn't this lady? She's like, yeah, because I already done told him about wearing a hoodie. And you know how them people be. Wearing a hoodie and all that stuff, you gotta make sure that, are you sure? Really? Okay. So, she checked all the cash registers to see, did he get rung up? She found out he did, and still, instead of apologizing or admitting she did that, knowing they was gonna tell me, she saved face. So they told me what happened or whatever, and that she said she watching him. Oh, you just so happen to be watching The Black Boy. That's when that wear hoodies. Yeah, y'all. Tell me I'm wrong if y'all. I know I'm not, and I know I'm not tripping. Then, okay, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go say nothing right now. Okay, but it's noted. Then, so I tell TJ at work what happened and to watch out and to just, tread lightly around her, because she was fake smiling and everything in his face, like, like, oh my God, it's TJ, like really fake. And of course he changed his attitude towards her, but he still did his job. So he was like, he already tired of that place because he the only one that be doing the work, like with the real work, like stocking and stuff like that. And like when I tell, or when other people told what to do or whatever, they take their time doing it or something. He was saying it was like too much work, whatever. Because first of all, probably was because when she there, people started disappearing. So yeah, it's less people work. So they want to get away from her. Then she started nitpicking me going to the restroom or whatever. Like, you know, like, yeah, I'm a human being. I hate when jobs do that. Like, these people are human beings. And I'm not finna hold hold it and wait, none of that. I'm not. I know y'all used to people acting like robots, but not me. I'm not about to do it. I put in my work. I work harder than most motherfuckers, and I'm not finna do it. And that's it. When I gotta go, I gotta go. And then them times that I gotta go, I will delegate, and I'll be back. Period. Point blank. Long as my work done, leave me alone. Period. Because at that point, if my work done and it's done right, usually it is, and everything working smoothly thanks to me because they hate you, call it a blessing, say thank you, and leave me alone. Period. So she started let's get to TJ girlfriend. So she was supposed to be training or having people to train TJ girlfriend. Soup. And they was like sticking up their nose at her. They was like being mean to her, wasn't teaching her right. She still had to come and ask me how stuff supposed to be done. She still had to come grab me to help her. She still had to come grab me when the person that was supposed to be teaching her wasn't. Yeah. Yeah. That part. So her feelings was hurt. She was stressed out, overworked. She was asking her to put her and my son on the same schedule so he could have a ride there or whatever, trying to work something out. And instead of them trying to, come to a middle ground, she on purpose acted like she just couldn't find no solution. Then after I got tired of hearing different things, and every time I came in there, they they saying this about your child. She doing this, she doing that. Like, you know what? Okay. All right. I'm tired now. So I'll talk to her about it. And do you know that she denied? Not only denied, she flipped it on me with her narcissist ass. Narcissist and racism don't go together. It's already bad to be a narcissist. It's already hard enough to deal with that. But she gonna sit up there and say the thing that we hate to hear from Caucasian people the most. This when y'all tell on y'allself. Like I said, all of y'all not racist. Some of y'all cool. But this when you tell on yourself. Racist. I have black friends. Get the fuck out of here with that. Stop. Stop saying that. Stop. Please. So I was like, oh my goodness. Would no one believe that? I can't believe. Now that is totally disrespectful. But you know what? I was just doing my job. I supposed to check. You don't check nobody else. I'm watching him. He wear a hoodie. Them comments was not necessary. And they was racist. Period. I don't care how you chop it up. And I don't care what type of picture you paint because I got your card. You cannot worm your way out of this. But actually you can because you're the general manager. So you can. And what you say go. But I'm going to tell you after I finish this and I quit. Before I quit, let me tell you what I feel. How I feel. You keep your mouth off my child. Period. Now, you cannot admit it if you want to. That's cool. Didn't think you would. You're a coward. The way that you handle yourself in this company, belittling these young people, verbally abusing them, putting all the work on them while you do jack shit, is disgraceful. While you go around just smiling and talking to the customers like everything working smooth because of you, disgraceful. The way you play with their mental health, setting them up to fail, disgraceful. And I have your card. And I needed to let her know that. I have your card. I'm very observative. And I see you. But what you're not going to do is you're not going to pick on my child. Okay? And I no longer will be working here. This is the conversation. I no longer will be working here. And if he decides to stay, that's on him. But what you won't do from this point on is pick on my child. If I hear any other, false accusations, I will shut this whole store down. And that's period, point blank. We could handle this, you know what I'm saying, the legal way, any way you want to handle it. And I mean that when it comes to mine. Like I told her, I would start a petition. I would, you know what I'm saying, these people don't like you. Do you understand? She knew they didn't. I would start a petition. And you won't have no workers in here. I would start a whole movement up in this mug. Leave my child alone. Period. From this day forward. And I walked out the door. Him and his girlfriend stayed there, I'll say maybe 6 more months. And their hours start getting taken away from them, even worse. I don't know if it was like her trying to slickly do something because of that conversation, but couldn't really put her say nothing about it because she knew I had eyes there, and they would tell me that she said something, and I will do what I said I was gonna do because I'm a woman of my word. But they just stressed all the time. It's so important to have good leadership. Leave your beliefs at home. Leave your stress. Leave your personal beliefs at home. Leave your religious belief. Leave that at home. That's no place at work. Because you don't know what people believe in. You don't know what culture they come from. And what that company need is what you need to be doing. With grace. Respect your employees. If you feel some type of way about certain people or certain religions or certain cultures, don't bring that to work. Be respectful. And make sure that people have work and tasks that they could actually do. Don't set your people up for failure. You're supposed to be setting them up for success. That's what a good leader does. All right, y'all. Peace.